Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Natalia and it's been a while since I've filmed anything for this channel because life has been truly chaotic, but today is the first day of finals and I thought I would film a video of like a day in my life doing the finals and preparing for the finals, working on the final projects. Was not planning to do anything like that, but I've just watched a video like this myself and I felt it was really helpful for my motivation level to actually do something for my finals, and so I thought maybe I should continue spreading the wave. So some other people who are struggling right now with their studies can feel excited and ready to work. I'm a junior at the University of Washington and I'm majoring in drama and ancient Greek, and so my finals are respectively drama and ancient Greek, and today is the first final I have. It's an ancient Greek exam and it's like the last course of the first year sequence of Greek, where we've learned all the grammar, all the way that you can use Greek. Obviously we don't have all the vocabulary or the proficiency of like the classics that you can get, but we're pretty good, and the final is expecting us to show this. Fortunately for me, it's an open book final, so I can use all the materials that we've used in class, which is really great, but it's long and it's kind of complicated. We have a translation section where we need to translate a few paragraphs of text as close to the text as possible, so trying not to paraphrase it, because we are attempting to preserve the grammar so the professor can see that we understand what the text is saying and not necessarily trying to Englishise it just yet. We also have reading comprehension questions and parsing, grammar and syntax. So it's like a lengthy thing. It's going to be like 5 to 6 pages long, and we have about 2 hours to finish it, which is not horrible. I've been doing really great consistently on my tests. I've been getting like 99, 97, 89% on my previous tests, so I think I'm fine. But still, it's kind of difficult to know what you need to be preparing for because the book is 50 chapters long and it's been too long since you have studied some of the concepts. My second final is going to be on Thursday and it's going to be my acting final. We're doing a scene. It's an accents and dialects class and we're doing a scene with RP, received pronunciation, which is like British English, what you think about when you watching Downton Abbey, for example. This is the kind of accent that we've been working on, and I'm not really scared for that one because I've done my homework. I feel great, but I also do have 2 final projects for my 2 other classes. I have a Alexander the Great class, which is a classics class, and we had a choice of writing a final paper of about 2,000 words or making a creative project and writing like a complimentary 750 word essay explaining how what we've done is connected to the contents of the course. And I decided that it would be a great chance to actually do something creative because I've always wanted to, because I'm a drama major. I've always wanted to try myself in a role of a playwright, but I thought it's a very high stakes thing to be doing. And so I decided to take this as an opportunity to try myself in this area and just to see if it works or not. And I felt like this is much more lower stakes than it would have been if it was like an actual playwriting class or something. So I'm writing a play about Alexander the Great and I have about like 85% of it done. I know the contents of the rest of it, but it's just not written. And I also need to rewrite the verse in some of the parts of it, because when I started I was just writing more casually, and then I've put in more effort and I developed like a verse-like kind of prose, which is, it's not what you would like see in Shakespeare. It's not like an iambic pentameter or any of that, but it is poetic somehow. And so I need to work on the previous parts that I've already finished that don't have that kind of structure. I successfully missed the train that goes to the university, so I need to wait for like 8 more minutes, which is okay. I have left from home earlier than I had to, so I think we're going to be fine. But yeah, my second exam is going to be in accents and dialects, and it's going to be on Thursday, and it's going to be the official end of my finals week, because by then I will have had my deadlines for my other classes. As I said, the play and the second exam, the second project that I'm working on is for my critical analysis of theater class. And this class has been really amazing. It's taught as like the theory and the methodologies of analyzing and critiquing theater through different lenses like formalism, structuralism, phenomenology, Marxism, feminism, queer theory, and stuff like that. So you can really understand what it is that you use to interpret whatever you see, because everybody has their own lens that they're using constantly, that is determined by everything like your upbringing, your class, your gender, and every life experience that you've had. It's somehow contributed to how you perceive the world, and it's been really helpful to understand what it is that I'm using to perceive the world, but also try and see the piece of theater from a different methodology and see how it can be helpful or not so helpful in a certain way. And our final has been we've been working on this paper for a while. We had to go and see a production in Seattle Repertoire Theater that is called Laughs in Spanish. We went all together as a class, and we had to write a semiotic analysis, and then we had to choose a methodology that we the most align with and we think that is the most helpful to analyze this particular work of theater. And we had to write a draft that is like 10 pages-ish, that is talking about a certain like theme that we've discovered within the play and how it's connected to the real world and like here and now, and how just using this piece of theater to resolve some sort of issue that exists in the world. And I thought I wouldn't be able to do a good job on it because at the same time, all this quarter I've been acting in a show. I'll insert some pictures around here. It's been a great experience. I've been able to learn a lot about myself, about acting, about the people that I was working with, and about every aspect of theater, even directing and staging, all of that. It was really amazing, but also it was really exhausting because at some point we started having 5-6 hour rehearsals every day, especially during the tech week. It was just really exhausting while having to do like my homework for my other classes and working and being at home and like somehow living the life. So it's just been really hard, and I'm really glad that it happened, but I'm also really glad that it's over and now I can actually have access to my real life. And so I thought I wouldn't be able to do a good job on that paper, but actually it turned out pretty amazing, and I even applied to a conference to speak about the things that I've discovered because they're apparently very interesting. I did not expect to come across anything like that. And I've written like 12 pages already, and I've received comments, and now I'm working on the finalizing, like the final draft of this paper, and it's due on Wednesday, so I have 2 days for that. My play is due tomorrow night, so I have like 1.5-ish days for that. But the thing is, after my exam on Thursday, which is my acting exam, I go to church at night, and after that I'm flying off to Chicago because I'm going to have like an 8-day vacation all to myself. I'm going to be exploring the city, going to different museums and galleries and stuff like this. I'm also hoping to make a vlog out of it and show you the Chicago I Find. So I won't really have a lot of time if I will get any new comments for my play or stuff like this. So I need to submit it as early as possible so I can be finished by Thursday, because I don't want to be like on Wednesday. I was planning to pack all day, so I have everything ready for Thursday. And if I'm not finished with my final paper for my critical analysis of theater class, it will be devastating because I will have to juggle all these things that I have to do. And so yeah, this is what I'm going to be doing today. It's about, I don't know the time, but I think it's about like 1:15 right now. My exam is at 2:30, but I live very far away from campus, so I need time to get there. And I think while I'm on the train, I'm going to be working on my play because I don't need Wi-Fi for that. It's just right here. And I'll see how that goes, because after having my exam, I finish this at 4:30, and we have a prayer night at church today at 7, and I will still need like an hour and 10 to 20 minutes to get there. So I will have like about an hour to work on campus, where I want to find like a cute spot and feel that I'm like doing a great. I only have an hour while I'm on campus to do the work, so I really want to have as much finished today on the train as possible. And I'm taking you along. I'm going to show you some of my favorite views as I'm coming into Seattle while driving on the light trail. finished my first exam. It was pretty horrible actually. Like there were some words that we didn't know that were not in the textbook and they were not like parsed out for us in the glossary. But I did figure everything out. I finished in like an hour and a half, which is better than I expected it to be. But honestly, it was really bad, not just because of how hard it was, but because it was so hot in the room. It's usually the coldest room I've had in all of my classes. Like every time it would be like 70 outside and inside it would be like 55 and I would be sitting there freezing. But today something happened. It was really horribly hot and stuffy in the room, so it was hard. But it's much worse outside right now, so I'm probably going to go to the library and find a silent corner and continue working on my papers. I was able to finish the play as I was writing the light trail, and I finished it, but I still need to write a process note that is like 750 words. I've written like 250, maybe 300 so far, and I already don't know what else I should be saying, so this is going to be taking some time for sure. And then I hope I can get some of the adjustments done to the paper that I told you about for my critical analysis of theater class. I've gone through the small adjustments already. There were like a few that are just like grammar based or restructure this sentence and stuff like that, and I've done those already. But now I have like the ones that are like heavier, where my teacher wants me to add like thicker descriptions from the text of the play or like from the show, the staging of the play, what was happening, so that it's part of my evidence to prove the point that I'm trying to make. And I have like 90 or 20 of those adjustments that I need to make, so it's like pretty a lot. It's a lot, and I still have like 3 days to finish it, so I'm hoping to like split it evenly between those days so I don't feel overwhelmed within one day having to do all of that. So maybe today I'll be able to go through them and make the adjustments, the ones that are connected to the stage notes and the play text. So that would be finished. Oh my god. I love AC. Okay. I'm becoming so Americanized now. And also I'm trying to think whether I don't need coffee, but I want one, so I feel more just studious. I'll probably get one and also say hi to my friend who is working in the Starbucks in the library. I finished my study session and I'm going to the light trail because I need to be home, or like not home, but like in the area of my home very soon for the prayer night that we have. And I'd like to meet with my husband because he's also coming from work and he's a little bit lower south, so for me to meet him I have to, yeah. just basically get on the light trail before he finishes work. So hopefully I can do that. The weather is beautiful, but I only want to be swimming and chilling on the beach and not doing anything right now. But this is one option that is not available to me. But it's been really productive actually, surprisingly, because as I said, I've had like 20-ish adjustments I needed to make for my paper, and now by the time I finished I've had 7, which is really great. It means I've done 2/3 of the work that I needed to do. I will most definitely be able to finish it tomorrow and submit it earlier than the deadline. And I also submitted the play and the process note for it. I did end up, so my problem, which is not actually a problem, is just like a feature of my writing, I guess. I do tend to write concisely, like eloquently. I don't really speak a lot. If I think that the thought that I want to develop, I think that the thought that I want to deliver can be fit in one sentence. I don't tend to like write 3 or whatever. And because of this, originally when I've written everything that I wanted to write, it was like 280 words, and the note was supposed to be at least 500 to 750. So I had to go back and rewrite it in more details, edit more facts, more like little ideas that I've had along the way. And so I finished in a pretty good space. And I feel like sometimes it's better. I don't know, I have more fun editing stuff rather than having to cut down things that I've already written. So it's great. But you know what? Actually, I thought that would be a little easier to do a creative project. It wouldn't be easier on like a ideological way, in an ideological way where I would have to come up with the things to create, but I thought it would be easier because it would be kind of shorter. It ended up being over 2,000 words. So technically I have written an essay that is 2,000 words, and then I had written a 600-word process note for it, which is like 2,600 words altogether, which is a little crazy, but it's okay. We're almost there. I've also finished my last assignment for my accents and dialect class. That is like aside from the actual exam, because we had to make like an evaluation of our own accent acquisition process and how the things that we've learned in class, what was helpful, what was not helpful. I think it's a combination of us reflecting. It's a combination of us reflecting on everything that we've learned, but it's also for our professor, so she knows how to adjust the class for the future generations of students. It was really a helpful class, and I feel like I can acquire an accent now if I need to for an acting project, which is really great. And so I do actually only have 1 paper left to do, and I have my exam on Thursday, and I feel very confident that I'll be able to finish it tomorrow, because on Wednesday I also have a long rehearsal scheduled for our Thursday presentation in costume with props and stuff like this, and we've scheduled it to be like 4 hours long, which is good, you know, regarding the fact that we need to be prepared for Thursday and we want it to look professional, but also like the 4 hours of rehearsing one singular scene is a little bit intense. So, and I also want to finish packing for my trip on Wednesday. So I'm really hopeful that I can finish my paper tomorrow. I don't need to go to campus tomorrow. I don't know yet whether I will or not, because it's really much easier for me to concentrate when I'm here and far away from home, because at home I really don't want to do anything. I just want to cuddle with my cats and read my book and not do anything else. But we'll see. I also found out that I'm invited to a crew and cast party. Like, it's a gala for the student theater society that I've had like an acting experience with this past quarter, and they're making a gala to announce the next year's season, and just to kind of honor people who worked on the shows this year. And an exciting part about it is that I've pitched a show to be director next year, and I actually got admitted. So I'm going to be directing a show for the Theater Society next year. So technically my show is going to be announced, and I thought it might be really interesting to go, just to fellowship, to network with people. I'm not super like thrilled by the fact that it's going to be happening in the bar, because I don't drink, and I try to stay away from places where drinks are served, so that not to create a false impression on people about who I am and what I'm comfortable with. But also I think it's a great opportunity, and I know that many people there are minors, so they are not allowed to drink, so hopefully they won't be. So I'm considering to go tomorrow. Also, it's a fun, I don't know, I think it's a fun occasion to dress up and to, you know, play a professional. I think it's very interesting.
Интересно просто.
Живика может победить мексиканцев. Нам просто нужны хлебные палки.
Слышал, что они в Штаты приезжают?
Угу. Мы с тобой рядом сидели. There was this horrible delay in the train service while I was going home, so I ended up spending over an hour just standing between like 3 stations. But I used this time to read my Bible and finish my final paper, and you've just seen me submitting it, so I'm officially over. I'm done. Like, I thought it would take so much longer than it actually did when I just sat down and logged in and worked on it. So I only have my final exam on Thursday that I need to do, and these 2 days that I have before it, I can just dedicate to whatever I want to do, like packing my stuff for a Chicago trip, or reading for pleasure that I have not been able to do for like this past quarter because I've had so much to do for every class that I was taking. So I'm really grateful that I decided to make this video, because it even gave me a boost of motivation that I needed to actually finish my workload. And I hope that you were encouraged too.